Hey YouTubers, welcome back. Okay, so I'm giving you an update on what happened and what's unfolding. I'm still here, and I'm going to do the weekly energy reading for the rest of this week, which would be October the 2nd, okay? So I put up that urgent message the other day because I needed to let you guys know in case I was not on here or, you know, just not able to be working, so to speak. Okay, so I've been like catching up on all my readings, and if I emailed you back, then you can expect your reading to be coming to you. And if you have emailed me and you're searching for a reading, don't worry, I am getting back to you. It's like I wish that I could multiply myself like a gremlin and be able to do multiple different things all at the same time, which I'm a really good multitasker. I have to give it to myself. But I feel like I've lost 5 pounds in the past like 72 hours. I'm serious because like I would eat like a little bit and I'd be like, I'm done. Like I can't even eat. Like my nerves like were so shot from this whole entire situation with my son where I'm like, anything else? Anything else you want to throw at me, But not even upset about it, um, because the underlying thing here is that there's justice being served in a very, very unscrupulous situation that has been going on for so long. Like, when I tell you I live where I live for protection, that is not a joke. Like, I would never lie to you guys or make up any sort of story. Like, my life is always been bananas. Where sometimes I would just be like, why? Like, then when I woke up, I was like, everything for a reason, everything. But I told you guys the energy shifted. I told you that the script was going to flip. Did I know that I was even speaking about myself included? No. No, I didn't. But guess what? When things in your life are happening, and almost in a sense, they're out of your control, where you can't find a solution. It's because the way in which you're trying to get the solution, it's not there. You keep hitting a wall, hitting a wall. That was me. But I never allowed this person to think or believe for 1 second that they're winning or they got me. And every single thing that they have done that was unscrupulous. When I say unscrupulous, I'm not even getting all of it. But the reason where I am right now, and what's really um, non-coincidental about where I live in this house, I used to babysit in this house when I was like 16. Okay, I babysat like 13 high school boys. Like they were like 8th grader freshmen in this house. Oh yeah, they broke the fridge, they broke the cabinet door, like shit was crazy, right? And then the lady that I was babysitting for, like cool as crap, like awesome lady, one of my aunt's best friends, she comes rolling in at 6 a.m. and I'm like sitting in the middle of the floor with all these like kids like passed out staring at her. She's like, come here, you know? And my bedroom here was her old bedroom. So it's like, and then my cousin bought this house and then sold it to my friend. And he's been one of my good friends since we were like little kids, right? So it's like people that have been in my life for like ever or resurfaced in my life, resurfaced for some purpose. But I'm going to tell you this right now. The ones that are left still standing in my life, those people are pure of heart. And when I say pure of heart, is they've never left me abandoned. They've never, they, they know who I am in here. Because people on a surface will try to turn you and make you into someone that you're not. And that's what I've been going through for so long. Where I've had all these like unscrupulous people cross my path and do terrible things to me. And then I find out later like the things that were said totally opposite than what happened because they were at the false end of it. Like they were, and I am the type of person where I always give people chances because everyone's entitled to make mistakes, right? Of course, it is what it is. And normally a lot of mistakes are made out of fear and stuff like that. But like, I'm not the type of person where like, if you came to me with sincerity, where I would be an asshole because I'm really not, but people perceive me to be someone like that for whatever reason. I don't even really know, to be honest with you. But, you know, I just, and I know things, and I'll never discredit my intuition ever again in my life because my intuition has always been spot on, even when I didn't know what was going to happen, but I just did not concede to the lies or, people talk shit but don't know what's really going on and then perceive me to be like this horrible bad person. And it's like, no, because you don't know. Because people were paid to screw with me. I'm serious. Paid to screw with me. Because that money was worth more than my friendship, right? Or my presence. But little did they know who they were, in fact, dealing with. And that's not me being like, oh, I'm some kind of like pompous whatever. No, 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 no. It was like a test. Like, people have come into my life to test me, but I come into their life to test them. Like, do you trust our friendship? Do you trust me? Or is that money worth more to you to deceive me? Right? Yeah. So, where I live, I'm safe because you can't pay him. You can't pay him to abandon me or do something outside of what he knows is right because we're not about that life. No. Because I'm always, no matter what, provided for because I stay true even in the darkest of times. I was like, when you're just like in a fog of illusion where you can't believe things are happening, it's like, are you going to fall victim to them and let them rule over you? Or are you going to get your ass up and follow your heart and stay in your truth? I did. So for 3 years now, I've been chewed up, spit out, regurgitated probably like so many times by this person where I literally felt like I was never going to get a break. And I just got rid of all of my legal representation and said, they're bullshit. I'm done. I paid like over $10,000. I'm like, I'm done. They've done nothing. Everything that they did, I could have done myself, right? And then I just stopped playing by their rules. Because this made up persona of me by the other caregiver was all by his dime in order to make me look like I was unstable or I was this, I was that, I was the third, when in fact, everything that's happened in my life was outside of my control. I couldn't control what others were doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't control certain circumstances and situations. They were outside of my control. And they were all, like, when I say 6 degrees of separation, I mean, I'm talking down to people inside of an office connected to all of it. And all the circumstances and situations are different, but all the same people. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then another person who just came onto my path ends up, lo and behold, knowing the other caregiver, where now guess what? Whew. And then I find out who their backstory, and I'm like, birds of a feather flock together. Yes, they sure do. So I had to go through this like evaluation that he paid for. But he doesn't have money. Oh, I forgot to tell you that. He's poor. Like, he only makes like so much money a month, but he lives like, yeah. So And this is what's so screwed up about the system. It's like, okay, like you can't, like I can prove all these things to you, and it's just, it doesn't matter because they're being paid. They don't care about the truth. They only care about that dollar in their pocket. Well, money isn't freaking even real. It's a tool. It's a note. So that we could exchange with each other for services and products, shit of that nature, right? So I can't. It came down to this situation where this alone, what has been done in the dark, came to the light by the person who has been used as a pawn in the game to take them away from me because I left them a long time ago, and they still are not over it, even though they're in another relationship with another child, because the narcissist, yeah, this is what they do. They have to win. And how do they win? By controlling you, by keeping you from moving forward, from being successful. They don't want to see you successful. You have to rely on them. When you don't need to rely on the narcissist anymore, that's when the narcissist tries to come up with other ways to cause you even more detriment and cause you more suffering and more pain. And it goes on and on and on and on. I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, listen, I can't, like, this is ridiculous. So I just stopped playing by the rules. I did. Because I was like, you know what? Until you have some sort of substantial truth that I'm a degenerate, a drug addict, I'm somebody who cannot take care of the child that they've been taking care of for going on almost 10 years now, then I'm not playing by the rules anymore. And I did. I stopped. And I told the evaluator that. I said, I don't feel like this is necessary, but because he's paying for it, like I have to be here, right? Because they said so. Who's they? Oh, the court. The court. They know so much, don't they? And I'm sitting there and like this is all horseshit. It's been. And every single time try to do something backhanded, always left without what he wanted. So then guess what? There's silence for a while. It's like quiet. And then all of a sudden, something else. Oh, it's so many circumstances, situations that now check what's going on. What I said. He showed up here after I posted that video. He was late, like almost 45 minutes late. Didn't think he was coming. My son was like, asked what time it was. I told him. He said, okay, good. I said, okay, good, what? Well, he's not showing up. I was like, he doesn't even want him to show up. Well, talk about instant manifestation of things you don't want. Next thing you know, here he comes, and his car's like loud and obnoxious like him. Why wouldn't he have one of those cars, right? So he's like, oh no, he's here. I was like, well, what are you going to do? He's like, well, I'm going to go talk to him. I said, okay. So he goes, and he's like, I'm telling him I'm not going. I said, you don't have to. So he left or went out to talk to him, and I come in the back door, and my friend's like, I think she's in the car with him. I said, oh, good. 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 And now am I going to go outside and get all freaking ghetto fab? No. Me 5 years ago, I would have already been sitting behind bars. I'm serious. I would have went right out to that house when he told me that. But knowing by all the things that they've done to me, I'm just going to follow their rules, right? I'm going to follow what they do. So reported it right away and told my son I needed to, and he wanted me to because I was like, this is like finding a dead body and then not reporting it for 2 days. You can't do that because now they're looking at you like, well, why didn't you report it? What are you, like, I'm like, right away. So I did. And so he's outside talking to him, and I open the door, the front door, and there's still the storm door there. And he's like crouched down, laughing and smiling, and my son is a nervous laugher. But he has his like hands up like this. He's not smiling and laughing. He's standing there looking at him like this, and he's like crouched down, talking to him. And he looks over at me and he goes, I'm talking to our son, Kristen. I said, I know you are. I said, did he tell you why he doesn't want to go with you? He goes, no, he hasn't yet. I'm thinking to myself, what have you been talking about? Manipulation. Oh, I already know all about it. So I knew what he was doing. So he asked him, and my son looks at me and goes, and I go, tell him. And he's like, I said, don't be afraid. I said, don't be afraid to tell him. I said, tell him what you told me. So then he looks at me and goes, well, why don't you just tell me what he told you? Because he doesn't want to tell. I said, no, he needs to tell you. I said, because he's afraid to tell you. I said, you want to know why? Because he's afraid because he may get in more trouble. I said, well, he's not going to get into any more trouble because he shouldn't even feel that he is in trouble. I said, tell him. I said, don't be afraid of him. You don't be afraid of him. I was like, don't fear him. Afraid of what? That was me, like letting him know I'm not afraid of you. Because I'm not. I never really was. I just wanted him to leave me the hell alone so I could live my life in peace. But my life has not been peaceful. That's all I wanted. All he had to do was leave me alone. That's all he had to do. No. But no. Because this is the contract he signed because he's a narcissist sociopath, right? Ugh. So then I walk away. I look at him and I go, you already know why. I said to talk to him about it, and I walked away from the door. I gave him a death stare. I know I did. I don't know what my face looked like, but I burned a hole in his face. And I walk away from the door, and he is now yelling my name. And my friend's sitting in the living room, so he can hear everything. And I am like this. All right, I'll play your game for a minute. I will, but I already know the truth. I will give you an opportunity in order to work it out. If you can't, and now you're still playing the coy dumb game, that is enough to make me lose my shit, okay? Because I'm like this. I don't play coy, I don't play stupid, and I don't play games. So I swing the freaking storm door open, and I go, why don't you tell her to get out of the car, since you have no idea what the problem is? I said, and she can tell you all about it. He goes, who? Says his girlfriend's name, and then goes, that's my mom. Now, how did you know what I was talking about? Because you know all about it. I said her. I didn't say his girlfriend's name. He says who, her name, and then says that's my mom in the car. Both hers, both she's. So why wouldn't you say who, my mom? Why would you automatically assume that I was talking about your girlfriend? Because you already knew. So I said, well, how did you know that that's who I was talking about? I said, oh, I didn't know that was her in the car. I can't see through the freak windows. I said, all right, well, since you still want to play coy with me, I said, why don't you start by telling me who's been putting their hands on him? Do you know he told me all about it? He just spilled it. He admitted it, everything. Then he said, well, she doesn't do it that hard. It's not like she leaves bruises. I said, don't you pull that no bruise, no crime shit with me. I said, I'm not playing that. I said, you know that she's been doing that and you allowing it? Huh. Oh, I was fired up. Then he says, I said, and now, why don't you elaborate more on why she's been holding him by his throat onto the ground and his stomach? What's up with that? Why is she pinning him to the floor? You know what he says? Did you know our son's been hurting himself? That's why she was restraining him. I said, this is the first time I'm hearing about this. I said, don't you think that this is something that I should know about? So I know this is a lie. Let's be real, okay? Think about a narcissist. Always be a step ahead. Be 5 if you can. Because then you trip them up, they don't know what to do. That's exactly what happened. So I look at my son and I go, are you hurting yourself? He goes, no. I said, I know you're not. I said, well, since this is the case and he's hurting himself, I said, why weren't you the one to restrain him then? Why is she touching him? He says, because I had to put shorts on. I said, why'd you have to put shorts on? Why didn't you have shorts on? I said, you're nasty. I knew it. Yeah, all of it, everything. Did I believe him, my son? Absolutely, because I know this person. I left him. Huh. So then I was like, I'm done. So then I look over and my son's face is getting blotchy because he's getting upset because now his father is accusing him of hurting his own self when I know for a fact that he doesn't hurt himself. It's a normal freaking kid. He's not riding his bike and playing with his friends right now. You know what I mean? Like, he's a normal freaking kid. But this guy's trying to use him emotionally, mentally, like, has been screwing with his head. Now trying to convince him that he hurts himself. I was like, listen, I'm not the one. So I like run over to him. I'm like, oh my gosh, come here. Because like his face is getting all blotchy. I feel terrible for the kid, you know, and not that I wanted to like fight in front of him, but he needed to speak to him about this. He went this route and he knew I'm not the one. I don't play games. And then all of it out like word. I didn't even say anything. He just went right into it. So he knew all about it and he knew why he didn't want to go with him. He knew why he didn't want to go with him. Because he's the type of person, let me tell you right now, that if I was holding my son against like his own will or there wasn't anything going on and he thought that, you know, he just wanted to be here and not go out to his house, whatever, he would call an enforcement officer to come here and get him from me because he's that person, but he hasn't and he didn't. Because that was the reason. He already knew why. He wanted to know what I knew so that he could have his plan 4 steps ahead. Well, he did, didn't he? With the shit he was saying, I was like, listen, I'm not. I said, do you think I'm stupid? I said, you got me mistaken for someone else. Because I was emotionally manipulated and mentally hurt for a very long time. You know what I mean? And after this, I was just like, I give up. I can't deal with this anymore. Like, get this person the freak out of my life, you know? Well, look at that. Karma, huh? Yeah, it's real. Are miracles real? Yeah. What's the miracle here? That if you knew every single step to this story in regards to what I have been made out to look like in regards to our son, this is a miracle all in itself because it shows he has lied for years. All of everything in which he's been such this amazing person. And this and that, I'm like looking at everybody going, are you buying this shit for real? I'm not buying anything that he's selling. You know? Oh, and they were. Huh. Because why? The script needs to flip, my friends, because the people who believe that their money is what makes them this great person, huh, they're the ones that are sick. Look at all the corruption that's coming to the surface. All about who we can pay to do things for us and whatever in order to do what? Control other people. Well, guess what? You can't control feelings when you know don't feel good here. That was my son. I don't feel good here. I'm scared here. But he feels good with me because why? Because I don't hit him in the head or pin him to the floor or whatever the hell else they've been doing. You know what I mean? Who knows? Could be beyond that. I don't know. I don't even want to know. I didn't even want to guess that when he was. I knew there was something, but I just didn't know the extent of it. And being able to feel the pain he was in, I was like, you need to tell me what's going on because I can't make assumptions. I need a truth. You know what I mean? I can't assume anything. I need a truth. Well, the truth? So guess what? I get a phone call yesterday. They went out to the school and spoke to him, told him everything. I get a phone call today from a very, very nice lady. I tell her everything. And I tell her, he admitted it. She's like, he admitted all of it. I said, right off the freaking bat, I didn't even have to get into the story. He was telling me all about it. I said, I said, I was fired up and asked a couple questions. I was like, understandably, I was like, but he admitted to all of it, so he knew about it. Well, now it's under investigation, and they're taking care of it. So does God, the universe, love and light, keeping this, work in mysterious ways? Absolutely, because you want to know why? Because my life needs to move forward. I can't stay stuck under malicious energies control because I have been. When you're walking around afraid to get killed, yeah, I was for a long time. My friends were even afraid for me. Yeah. But then we came to the conclusion that I was never afraid. They were more afraid than I was. I wasn't afraid to be anywhere or whatever. My friends are like, don't go anywhere by yourself, like pay attention, like whatever. And I'm like, listen, I'm not going to live my life like that. I said, I'm already in the situation that I'm in. I was like, I'm not going to live my life like that. You know what I mean? But the only reason that never happened, because let me tell you right now, would it have? Absolutely. The only reason it didn't is because it would go immediately back to him as the person. So, what does a narcissist hate? Being figured out. Do you know he left here and hasn't contacted since? Nope. And what he was doing before I opened the door was he was trying to get our son to go to the Apple Festival with him and his mom, right? And he wouldn't go. So he didn't even ask him why he didn't want to go with him. He was trying to manipulate first until I opened the door. And then, but my son was already well past that. There wasn't anything that you could tell him that because he didn't trust him to go anywhere with him and that he'd bring him back. Because remember, he told him, I'm not your taxi driver. So he created that mistrust. Me, there's nothing not to not trust about me. What you see is what you freaking get. That's the thing. And if I never opened up in a relationship before where I seemed aloof or cold, it was because I was afraid to get my heart broken. That's what it was. That's why I teach you guys that. Like, it's not about that anymore. It's about understanding that your feelings are real and you have to trust them and not believe that another person has power to make you feel anything. It's a vibration. It's an exchange. But when you fear, that's what is so loud and all you're living in. I stopped living in fear and I was like, screw it. I give it up to you guys. Figure it out. Because I was hitting a wall. There was no one I could find that I would literally start asking a person immediately that I was going to for help. Do you know this person or do you have any association with this? That's how bad it got. I trust no one. But I just did what I had to do. And now the unfolding of it is this, which now all your documents, all those documents for real, you can wipe your ass with them. When I say that, like, documents, what are they? Wipe your ass with them. Yeah, all the documents of this fictitious story that has been written in a false perception. When I say perception, I've been perceived completely in the wrong light. And I'm like this. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. The truth will eventually come out because it always does. So that false case that has been built, wipe your ass with it. Because it's all false. I wrote emails to the school, to the evaluator that they hired, that doctor, told them all about it. And I said, I would like you to, get this whole entire case exonerated because it's been nothing but lies and deceit the whole time. You can't trust anything that was said to you by them because they had to go too. But they have to look like this, like the perfect couple who has all this like money but not really, but I do type of persona, and then make me look to like I'm some kind of degenerate when you're paying people to screw with me. So after a while I was like, I'm not playing your reindeer games anymore. I'm not being quiet. Quiet for what? That's the thing, guys. If there is a problem or there's a circumstance or situation where people are trying to conjure up against you, you remain in your truth and that's it. And I learned to not be afraid and be quiet. I was afraid of what was going to happen next. Well, guess what? Things just kept happening because that person felt as if they could control me. Eventually, I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not playing your games anymore. I didn't. No, I stopped. I was like, do whatever you want to me. I'm not playing your games anymore. I'm not going to concede to anything. And look at it now. The liars and the deceivers all get exploited in every freaking area, anywhere in anyone's life. Watch it. I'm watching it for myself. Script is going to flip. Yes, it most certainly did. September 23rd. Everybody was worried about the end of the world, September 23rd. I was like, what are you, nuts? What do you think, that the world's just going to spontaneously combust? We're not that lucky. We're not that lucky. Let's be real here. We're not that lucky. Test the time, my friends. Remain in your truth and watch miracles happen. I'm serious. Live lies and live through deceit. Think your life's going good for a while, like they did, skipping along, whistling. Boom, out of nowhere. All that karma. Smack them all at once. Because the script flipped. The energy's flipped. I told you that. It's the truth. The hell, I don't have anything to lie to you about. Oh, and let me tell you one more thing before I get into this reading. So, my son, he goes to like a private school, right? And his caregiver said, did you get him school shoes? I said, yes, I did. Okay. All right. Saw him on his feet once. So I asked him, I said, where are the shoes that I got you that you picked out? I said, I thought you really liked them. I did. They're at his house. I said, well, the next time you go there, find them. I was like, why aren't you wearing them? I couldn't find them, or he couldn't find them. So the other morning, because he's like me, we just like will say something like out loud, like just tell somebody something, like I don't know where it comes from. He goes, oh yeah, my shoes. I have to tell you, he made me wear them in a creek and they're ruined, so I can't wear them anymore. They're ruined. I said, what? Why would you wear them in a creek? He goes, well, he told me those were the only shoes I was allowed to wear in the creek. Yeah. Why? Come on, guys. Why? Why were those the only shoes he could wear in a creek? I like hear the Jeopardy. Because I bought them. And it's not even about the money. It's about the principle of it. Now the poor kid is like confused as to why he has to wear the shoes that he picked out for school in a creek. You don't think kids catch on to shit after a while? Yes, they most certainly do. But get this. So, I want to show you. So, I immediately got online and was like, oh my God, please have another pair because they're freaking awesome. And they did. These are the shoes. They're Crocs, right? I don't like the like regular Crocs. I mean, I know some people do. It's everybody's taste, you know. Some people might not like these. But they're awesome, right? And they're like comfortable and they're cool. Like I think they're really like dope, right? Why would you wear these in a creek? Are these creek shoes? No, I'm sorry. So I ordered him another freaking pair because, well, first and foremost, I felt terrible. And secondly, I was like, listen, yeah, that's just rude, okay? I don't care about the freaking money. I don't care about what it costs. It's not about that. You know? It's like people are sick. I swear, they're just something wrong with them, right? But guess what? Script flipped. I feel free. I feel like a monkey has been lifted off my back. But I've been under so much stress in the past like 4 days. It's been like unreal. And after today and getting that phone call, you know, now the rest of it will just unfold. But at least now I feel as if I can like live my life and not feel not safe. Right? That's what I felt like. I felt not safe. I felt like you know, and then people who came into my life like during that time or whatever, just like saw like the one knew like a lot about it, and he was just like this like karmic partner I was with for like 3.5 years. Like he knew a lot of it, but he was using me for money, right? Yeah, he was using me for money. So when I guess I wasn't good for him anymore, you know, he like whatever. I told him to go kick rocks. So, you know, I was just done with that. But you know, and then meeting this other person who like literally abandoned me, like literally abandoned me. I was just like, why do you keep doing this shit to me? Like, you know, talking to the energies, like, can you please, like, just stop it? Like, it's not funny anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, this isn't funny. And it was like, here's a person, and we're going to make sure you really like them. Like, you're going to like them, like, a lot. And then we're going to take them away from you. And we're going to make them leave you in a terrible situation. I was like, oh, wow. You know, like, I can't live my life like this anymore. But this situation, those karmic cycles that need to end, this was mine. And it's the energies working together in order to remove it off of my path in the fairest way possible for all parties involved, so that it's like the good versus evil. Seriously, the good-hearted versus the evil-hearted, so that the good-hearted can live in peace and happiness, and the evil-hearted people, because I'm not the only one that they've ever screwed with. Oh, most certainly not. I could write a book about it. I might one day, actually. But I'm not the only one. So I intuitively always had this sense of, for all the shit they've ever done to anyone, I'm dealing with it once and for all and going to end it. Never not listen to my intuition ever again. Nope. So, let's get into this reading. Blabbermouth! So yeah, if you made it through, I'm going to start this, at 36:10. So let's see what the energies are for this week with the Romance Angel cards first. I already cleared them. And then we'll go into the cartomancy. So let's see. And then I'll probably do an angel message card. Oh, and guess what? I ordered new cards to satisfy my ADD. So they should be here tomorrow, I hope. Ooh. Now see that? I lost. I hope you guys can still hear me. I'm here. Sorry. Good? Okay. So, yeah. So, I'll be connecting my energies with them and seeing what they're all about. They're pretty cool, so we'll just wait until they get here to show you. So, first card out, chemistry. There's a strong magnetic connection here. Yes, there is, guys, because you can feel it, right? Feelings are real, but you need to love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. You feel this chemistry with this person, right? Yeah, but what? You got to follow your own heart. That's by loving yourself first. Yes. Feelings are real. They're real. Realest thing here. The good ones and the bad ones. Does love and light exist? Does all that exist? Miracles and things working out? Yeah. By remaining true to you. Does evil exist? Absolutely it exists. Well, what side are you on? I always say that. You're either a good person or a bad person. What are your underlying intentions? If you did something outside of yourself that was perceivably of an evil-natured thing, but you internally know that it was wrong, well then, normally you fix it, right? But if you're an evil person, you don't. That's simple. Yes. So, this person that you share this bond with, you got chemistry, and your feelings are real. We're never going to get this. Play my face right now. Your feelings are real and worth exploring? Yeah. This person you share this chemistry with, this is the person teaching you to love yourself first. Because your feelings are real, they're yours, but you shared them. Shared. You didn't give them to the other person, and then they disconnected and took anything away from you. It's a mirror, right? Right. So let's see what else comes out here for the weekly energies. Woo. Wanting to ascend to higher levels of commitment with the person who stirred your romantic feelings, this person here, there's a path available. There's a new path here available. But we have to love ourselves first and trust our own feelings, right? Yeah. Trust, faith in the unfolding, needing to trust your own feelings, trust this path. Yeah. I think something. Did we get a flipper? No. motherfucker, we got a flipper. But you have to have trust and faith here, guys. Your feelings are real, right? Yeah, absolutely. Wanting to ascend to higher levels of commitment with the person who stirred your romantic feelings, and there's a new path here, but you have to have trust and faith in it, because the magnetic connection here isn't all about that other person. It's about you in relation to you and your feelings. The person who shoved you off, that's the person who needs to understand that loving themselves first is the most important thing here, right? But continuing to have trust and faith, you're not putting your life on hold because why? Because this person retreated. But understanding that your feelings are real, yes, absolutely, realest thing here. But don't allow the lower level energies to convince you that you're not worthy. Because that's what they try to do. Just because of this other person, you're not worthy. Please, spare me the bullshit. Because that is bullshit. That other person doesn't have any sort of control over you. They don't. It's the misperception that because they shoved you off or disappeared or whatever, that you're not worthy. Yes, you are. Yes, you most certainly are. But you both reflected that negativity out of each other too. So it's necessary to remove it, okay? It's time for you to disconnect yourself from the world around you, meaning trust yourself, disconnect everybody else's opinions, what everybody else thinks you should be doing. Disconnect yourself from the world around you. Trust and faith, right? Because this path is available this week. It's always been available. But the energies, right? If you don't trust it and love yourself first, and you would have taken this path before, it would have detoured off again. Because you're not using each other as emotional crutches. You share these feelings for each other by here. This up here convinced you otherwise. So let's see what else. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Retreating together in order to work on this partnership. Because you are, in fact, in separation from this person you've already met. So it's indicating that there needs to be a choice here. We need to choose. Are you going to have trust and faith? Disconnect yourself from the world. Work on this partnership because you're in separation from the person you've already met. And take the steps you're being guided to take, making the effort towards this person you're in separation with? Or do you remain under the same energies? Yeah. So let's see here. Any more messages, the romance angel cards, before I go into the cartomancy? Oh, and lo and behold, make the effort towards this reconciliation with the person you've already met. You are, in fact, in separation from them, and you need to have trust and faith on this new path and retreat with this person in order to work on this partnership, meaning disconnect yourself from everybody else. Because you've already met this person, and now's the time to make the effort towards reconciliation. At the bottom of the deck, you got past life karmic relationships. This is the energies that could have, in fact, caused this separation, right? From who? The true love. True love. This is a romance of a lifetime. But past life karmic energies were blocking the pathway to the true love because finances and career were a factor. Deception lies around that. And in order to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of love to shine with the person who you, in fact, are in deception with, because you're wearing a false mask. You know your energies with this person, but your finances and career and a past life karmic relationship could have all been what was masking your true feelings here. So now it's time to free yourself and take back control of your life. Understand that it is safe for you to love. Oops. Clearly decide, make a decision, release and heal the past, because you share passion with this person. So allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, because you now understand that you deserve love, and have that heart-to-heart conversation, because the signs have been guiding you in order to reconcile with none other than this soulmate. So, yeah, reconciliation, right? Reconciliation's been on the brink for a while now, guys. Some have, but the person, listen, this is what needs to be understood here. One person in this connection is farther along on the healing path than the other one was, and the other one needed to catch up. It is up to them, because free will exists also, okay? It is up to them to either complete the karmic cycle of not following their heart or continue to discredit, sweep under the rug what could have been done in the dark, and act as if it never happened and that they are going to go off and be happy. That's the mask. You're fooling nobody but yourself with that. And the other person needs to just have trust and faith in the unfolding, but you're not putting your life on hold. Don't do that. No. You keep going. You keep moving. Allow the energies to synchronize together in order to do what? What is meant to be will be. This was a plan. This wasn't something that was done by accident. Nothing's an accident. Nothing. All planned, whether you can see it with your own eyes or not. It's that invisible energy, right? So what just flipped over? I'm trying to shuffle. We got healing, steady improvements, happy surprises, and a second chance to redo what was not done. And this is a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy in the upright. Who needs to use their common sense and good judgment? Healing, steady improvements, happy surprises, and a second chance to redo what has not been done. Meaning that this connection that wants to ascend to higher levels of commitments, right? That did not happen. It never happened. Because it was denied, right? Denied. Over and over and over again. So let's see what comes out here on the grid before I wrap this up here, because I got a million freaking things to continuously catch up on and do. So let's see. Not that I'm rushing, clearly. You know, and time, it doesn't freaking exist. No, it doesn't. It's just something we keep, keep order. It's the truth. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Has anybody else, and comment below and let me know, have you noticed the sun and the moon and all that, like, would set at other times or whatever? Have you noticed, like, a 2-hour time difference on that? Or whatever, it could be something, whatever you've noticed, let me know. Because I swear to God, I call our moon the remote control moon. Because it's never in the same spot. It's weird. All right, guys. Oh, there's the King of Hearts again. Making the effort, taking those steps. There's common sense and good judgment being led by your spirit guides. Okay, what did I say about completing karmic cycles? There's a victory. There's a victory here and a karmic cycle completing itself. So I have a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio who could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person, and this person is karmic. Why do I say that? Because what I'm being shown here is that this is a boss. This is a father figure. This is somebody who is a controller of money, okay? This person could, in fact, be controlling over this water energy, because this water energy could, in fact, be in business with this person. This could be a business partnership, and or this is somebody who controls their money, okay? But this is a karmic completion of this, okay? So what it's showing me here is that this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio had a developing love affair. There were 3 people involved. And this was with a soulmate, okay? But what it's showing me here is that their financial stability was not stable, okay? This caused them to make a decision or steps without use of their common sense and good judgment. And there were unfortunate events and circumstances that happened with this water energy, okay? And you could be any sign dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio if you're following me here, okay? You started to develop a relationship with them. You could have, in fact, known about a third party, but you're the soulmate because your relationship never ascended because they had financial issues, okay? They could have been going to school, licenses, certifications, you know, but their financial stability was affected because they, in fact, were unable to, like, stabilize themselves, like, living situation, okay? I put it that way. And the choices and the steps that they made caused negative emotions attached to unfortunate events because they needed to use common sense and good judgment, and they didn't. So what it's showing me here is that their higher self spirit guides, okay, Apollo the bringer of lights here, is guiding them through this fear wall to victory by giving them the ambition in order to achieve success with the soulmate and financially freeing themselves from whether or not this is a boss, a father figure, somebody who controls money over them, okay? They're financially freeing themselves from this person and completing this karmic cycle. But they have worry and anxiety over this, whoever this person is in relation to them, whether they're breaking apart a business partnership, okay? Whether they are leaving a business. You know, this could be a family business. It could be something of that nature. Whatever it is, this person controls them with money. They're freeing themselves. Because, no lie to you, we got all four of the tens here. All four tens. We got 3 tens in a row. And the 10 of hearts is in between the 4 of diamonds and the 5 of diamonds, indicating financial stability and a karmic cycle completing itself. And there's victory over all of it. Okay? Under the King of Hearts is the 10 of clubs, indicating gaining ambition in order to achieve success. This is indicating business in relation to business, traveling, moving away, and financially freeing themselves on the journey to the person who they in fact share mutual feelings with. This is an emotional, like stability here. There's like that connection, right? And they're being spiritually guided through the process, okay? Because they started to develop a relationship with the soulmate. This is also indicating that they could have in fact developed a relationship and there was a child situation that could have been involved. And this is indicating that they're being spiritually guided because they made a bad decision towards this person based off of this. It's not about that. That's the lesson. So as they gain their ambition in order to do this, they get financially freed, they get victory, complete a karmic cycle because they face a fear, right? Like, I'm following my heart. I'm not staying here. This does not make me happy. I'm going to where it makes me happy. Watch me now. Yeah. This indicates lack of focus, scattered energies. Why? Fickleness and changeability? Because they're questioning whether or not their feelings are mutual with this person, because Seth, the bringers of storm and conflict, is looking directly at their heart space because they don't know if they have made a bad deal here. This indicates breaking down our established mind thought patterns when it comes to relationships in order to have a physical union, and this is the sign of Gemini, but have a physical union, but we're feeling as if we cannot manifest this new beginning, which is why it's in the upside down position, because of others' wishes and desires that are affecting this King of Hearts energy specifically. So this is indicating needing to break down your established mind thought patterns when it comes to relationships, because you want to have a physical union, but you're allowing others to make you feel as if you cannot manifest this for yourself. That's where the scattered energies are coming from. So this person wants a reconciliation, but they're allowing others to feel as if they cannot manifest this. And here it goes. Brand new beginning, new phase of life, ascending to higher levels of commitments. But there could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here, who is the other person in this connection with this King of Clubs. These could be the two people that are causing this new beginning. Like, this is like, there's business here, okay? This is getting a bit specific in the way in which the cards are falling out. And the reason I say that is because it's a storybook, guys, okay? I'm telling you a story. There's something with money, finances, business partnerships, or whatever, blocking, but it's only in here because they're being spiritually guided to use their common sense and good judgment here. Their fear is, what I'm picking up, is facing and doing what they want to do, following their heart. That's the problem. It's a problem, but it's not really a problem. Because by following your heart, there's your success. This is wrapping up, okay? And another thing that needs to be understood here is that what's in the dark will come to the light. This just landed on top of the Jack of Spades and the Eight of Hearts, which were the last two cards out in the grid. This indicates your worry and anxiety is over the feelings towards this person that you want to come into union with. And this is a person you already started to develop a relationship with, but because of your financial stability, this is a water sign, because of your financial stability, you made a bad choice. You know that now. That's why you have worry and anxiety. Because you cut a person out of your life who you felt passion with. This is that feminine intimacy, passion. But you cut this person out of your life. This separation has caused a lot of pain, loneliness, and depression. And this is the person that you felt this passion with. And now it's time to be truthful, fair, and honest with what it is that you truly feel. Because this is that third party and deception card and a loss. The only person you're deceiving is yourself, because now you understand that you cut the person out of your life that you shared passion with. And there could have been a third party that deceived you, and or you were deceived. But you're deceiving no one but yourself because you're not following your heart. And this third party could have caused a lot of jealousy and possessiveness, but this third party caused lack of communication between you and this soulmate. And this indicates, going against what it is that you wished and desired, and or there could have been loss and deception surrounding gossip involving a situation that, you were passionate with. There could have been a child involved here, but you cut this person out of your life that you shared passion with. There was a third-party deception here. Could have been lies, deceit, gossip, because they were jealous of your connection. There could have been a child involved here, but now the truth is coming out. The truth of the deception is coming to the surface. But it's almost as if like this lie, like somebody feels like someone's lying, but there's like whoever this water energy is in connection to. Yeah, because look, we got a child. But the wishes and the desires here is to bring loving messages to this person that you're not in communication with. But there was a lie here. There was some sort of lies and deceit. Yep. And the lies and deceit could have been surrounding a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy and a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy who moved away, and or they built these lies off of a faulty foundation here. These two could have verbally communicated something and it was built off of a faulty foundation. Yeah, because look, there's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, there's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the way in which they're facing this water, earth energy, verbally communicated, built a faulty foundation off lies and deceit. And this could have been about a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. These two. Yeah, this was a plan. This was a plan that was put in their face. Like, this was conjured. This is weird. Yeah, legal documents. There's something going on here. This king and this queen built a faulty foundation and planned something here. And now there's some sort of documents. This could have already happened, is what I just heard. Like I heard this already happened. Yeah, it already did. Because here it is. Divine twist of fate. This indicates a death and a rebirth. This already happened. And now, brand new beginning, new phase of life. This was a divine plan, and the lack of progression and the serious setback here is due to financial independence in order to work this out. So the lack of progression and the serious setback here could be due to financial independence in order to work this out, and or this indicates being stuck in a daily routine trying to gain our financial independence through work, okay? Stuck in a daily routine, work, 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 and or it's coming through as lack of progression, serious setback. In order to work this out, gaining our financial independence and communicating, because you are in fact on a spiritual journey, there's healing, steady improvements, happy surprises, and a second chance to redo this, but you're feeling fenced in and sick and tired of an unhealthy situation, and it's due to the fact that you need to take action and change in your social standing, because the unrequited love, which is lack of love of self, is what's causing you to feel fenced in and sick and tired of an unhealthy situation, but this is due to the fact that you need to take action through these energies, because you started a romance of the soul, you're in separation from this person, and now you need to carefully evaluate, or you've been carefully evaluating before taking action, because there's something that you need to completely end in your life in order to have a brand new beginning. And this indicates communication in order to resolve problems. And this indicates moving to a new home. Both of these cards indicate moving to a new home. So what this is showing me here is that this is that difficult energy that I talk about. This energy can cause harmony or disharmony, but the choice is yours on which harmony you decide to go with. That's that difficult energy. That's why they call 6 the number of the beast. 666. It's a difficult energy. It's energies within inside of you that manifest by this. So your choices are what, manifest things in your life. So, like I said, make a decision. If you want this, then you have to start to move. If you don't, this doesn't happen. And this is specifically for that person who went into hiding and shoved the other person off. You have feelings? Go. If you don't, don't. But the fact of the matter is that all the lies and the deceit, anybody who's been gossiped on or hurt, it's all going to surface. Yes. So if people have come in between your relationship or anything of that nature, the truth is going to come out. Trust and believe, okay? If anybody, believe me. I live it. But, yeah. So is the connection real? Yes, it's always been real. But you got to follow this. And this circumstance and situation that came out, if other people are trying to control you with money or things of that nature, then you need to just not worry about that and follow your heart. Abundance is there. Or stay miserable, working, stuck in a daily routine, making your money by the people who are trying to control you, or decide to move out of that energy and work for you by following your heart. Yeah. All right. So this is a little bit over what I wanted, but you know what? I had to tell you about what happened, and you got a reading. So there you go. Okay? Multitasker. So if you need me, lovefromabove717@gmail.com. If you ordered a reading, if I got back to you, your reading is on its way. Okay? It'll be uploaded and sent to you. Just takes a little bit. And if you need a reading, you can email me there, and I'll get you the information, and we'll get you set up. All right? Love you. Bye.